There's nothing like family. At the end of the day, when the sun sets, that's all you have. Ultimately, that's all you need. A bunch of brothers bleed and sweat together, fought through summer, all the lifting and running for moments like these, because you don't ever get them back. Thank you guys for your heart and soul, because that's what you're gonna put in it tonight. You're gonna do it for the guy to your left and the guy to your right, because that's all that matters. Guy to your left, guy to your right. You know what time it is.
Sports are a pastime that brings us together. Brings us together on Saturday afternoons and on Friday nights. It brings us together through the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. It can help cities rebuild after natural disasters. But this wasn't how it always was. It was not until 1892 when William Edward White was the first African-American football player at Harvard University. It was not until much later Nate Northington and Greg Page were the first African-American athletes in the SEC. And that brings us to today, where Mac Beggs is the first transgender high school wrestling champion. And they quote, "I wouldn't be here today without my teammates." Now let's hear from a former high school basketball and baseball player named Kenneth Bowman. And I quote, "Growing up in the South and playing sports from high school to community league taught me how to be a good person and respect all. Even playing sports at the Boys and Girls Club taught me friendship and sportsmanship. Coming from a small town in the South, the diversity in sports was either black or white. Even dealing with the trying times we are in now via the Trump era, I don't see color. I see a brother or sister who I have gone to battle with. I can honestly say that because of sports, I have developed relationships in school and community that still thrive today." End quote. Now let's hear from Carson Dempsey, who is a 3-sport coach coaching football, baseball, and wrestling, and special education teacher at Troup High School in LaGrange, Georgia.
Carson Dempsey, Troup County High School. Just want to talk a little bit about diversity in athletics and how it affects schools, communities. As far as having diversity on your athletic teams, I mean, it's always a plus. You see kids from all different walks of life, from different areas of the community. When they come together and they're able to play team sports, it really brings everyone together. You see kids starting to interact with each other in the classroom more, and in the lunchroom more, outside of school more. So you really see how sports helps bring everybody together. We take our kids, say football for instance, our kids work out with us first thing in the morning, they're at school all day, they're with us all afternoon as well. That allows them to keep their nose clean essentially. You want them as busy as possible. When you're able to keep them as busy as possible, keep them working, keep them involved, they stay out of trouble. When you bring people together like that, it makes it a lot easier. Outreach in the community. For instance, again, football. You bring everybody together, you have all these people coming together to cheer on one main goal, and that's to celebrate these kids, and that's the biggest thing. Sports in general, great team building, great, it builds life lessons, because at the end of the day, diversity is what this country and this world is built on. You have to be diverse. You have to learn to get along with your neighbor. Doesn't matter your background, where you come from, your color, your skin, none of that. So sports definitely plays a huge role in bringing the community together, bringing kids together, and keeping kids out of trouble. And at the end of the day, we all want, as educators, to educate our kids. We want them to have the best. We want them to be able to do the things that they want to do. But you have to put the time and effort into it, and that's where sports comes into play.
We have come a long way with diversity in sports, but we still have a long way to go.